3, 2, 1. And we're on.
We're on. Wow, that was pretty zestful.
Did you like that?
I did.
I'm in a really good mood.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Got a lot of pep in your step today?
Pep in my step.
Nice.
Hey, everyone. I'm Leigh the daughter.
I'm Lauren the mom.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling good.
Yeah. You're looking good. Looking
Am
good.
I?
Yeah, girl.
Oh, wow. You're looking good, too.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a new year.
It's a new year.
By the time this episode drops, it will be 2021. Oh, we've waited so long for you.
Yes. I'm so glad you're here.
God. Yeah, 2020. Woo.
Yeah.
Who didn't have a bad 2020? You know?
Who didn't see that show coming?
I didn't.
No.
Even though we probably maybe should have a little bit.
Yeah.
But
wow.
You're like,
I don't think one can quite wrap their head around,
Yeah, it was a lot. I'm trying really hard. Like, a lot of good things came out of 2020.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of trying to just set my mind there.
Look at the positives.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's go through it a little bit.
Let's do it.
Okay, because this is our New Year's episode.
Yes.
Okay. We moved to Seattle.
We moved to Seattle in September.
That's big.
That is huge.
Like, I kind of can't believe we did that. Sometimes I'll look at Jake and be like, hey, we drove across the country and
my
moved.
gosh. Yeah.
That was big.
That was huge.
Yeah.
How that came about and really so quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like we were planning for 2 years to move to Seattle. It was kind of like...
Yes and no. Like, that's the thing is I feel like for people that aren't in our inner circle, it probably looks like, what the hell were you doing?
Yeah.
But I feel like if you really know us, like, at least in my case, I was not going to stay in Pittsburgh.
Right.
Like, that was from the time I was young. Like, that was, you shouldn't be surprised that I did not stay there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, it kind of happened quickly, but I've been talking about moving here since I can remember. And, like, that was always, like, my goal.
Right.
And so, to me, it doesn't feel that sudden because it was something that I've been, like, manifesting, I guess, since I was little.
Right. I agree with you there, but I think I'm thinking like that it would have been in 2020 because I mean not to digress and go back, but 2019 was pretty catastrophic for us personally.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that if we were going to pick ourselves up from that, so the fact that and just a few, like that we picked ourselves up and not only, dusted ourselves off and moved on with it, but we actually just said this, we're going big. Go big or go home, really.
Yeah, I think, I mean, 2019 was really, really bad. I mean, we've talked about it a little bit, but we moved to Philly and it didn't work out, and that's putting it very, very mildly. Like, I'm not going to get into it, but I think that's why we had, like, the gumption to move to Seattle, because it was like we had just been through something
very traumatic.
Really traumatic. And it kind of put our priorities in check, at least for me.
Yeah.
And it was like, whatever we need to do to, have a chance at happiness, and we just did it.
Yeah.
So to me, that's something very good that came out of 2020. I feel like I got closer to the people that, I don't want to say to the people that matter, but like 2020 and 2019 kind of weeded out the people that weren't really riding for me, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
So the people that are still around, like, they're going to be around forever.
Yeah.
And I know that.
Right.
So that's something good.
And, when I call it shaking the tree. I call it shaking the tree. And it's not like there's, where relationships, there's fights or something bad happens. It's just like sometimes you outgrow individuals, but you're still putting in that energy that you put in previously, and so it divides the energy that you give to other people. And so when I say shake the tree, it's kind of like, things that just aren't working anymore, you kind of just let them fall. And then that gives you a lot more time to focus on the people, like you said, that are actually riding for you, that are actually show up and are present. And,
Yeah, I feel like 2020 really even did that more.
Yeah.
Like it kind of forced you to shake the tree. I'm sure everyone else kind of feels that as well. So that's a good thing that came out of it.
Absolutely.
And hey, what you're listening to right now came out of 2020. Uncle Bob's was born out of I don't know how to say it, like we were stuck in quarantine. But I also think, and again, people ask us all the time, and I feel like you have to be honest. I feel like you have to be honest. So we own another business called Hedgewich Apothecary, and it was struggling through this 2020, experience. Again, 2019 was not good to it. And so we were already struggling. And then 2020 hits. And I mean, for small businesses, it was bad.
It has been really bad. And it's not like, oh, people just aren't, buying. It's like people don't have money to buy. We then don't have the money to create new products. The suppliers were out of everything.
Yeah.
So, the mail is not running, so deliveries aren't getting made. And you can't, as a company, promise things to people and then not deliver on them. So it has just been a show, And
it was bad in every aspect in terms of business. And I'm sure other small businesses can relate.
Right. And so when that happens, you kind of have to sit down and take stock, like what can we do? As you've been saying it so many times throughout the year, you're like, we have to pivot. We have to pivot.
Yeah.
And that's where Uncle Bob's was born out of that.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to sound silly, but I don't know if we watch Queer Eye. Okay,
yeah.
and Tan France, I'm like, ugh, I love Tan France.
Please come and dress me, Tan France.
Please.
Give me some style, man.
I know, we both need it.
We need some help.
But we were watching this last episode or this last season of Queer Eye that I think came out around the beginning of 2020. And
it was in Philadelphia.
And weirdly enough, it was in Philadelphia, which had to do with the traumatic experience that we had gone through in 2019. And there was an episode about a small business that just, it wasn't working. And Tan France was like really blunt. And he was like, you got to pivot. It just like plain and simply. And I looked at you and I was like, that's it. Like, we just have to pivot. And so I really I don't know. Yes, this year was hard. There were a lot of challenges. But to me, I'm looking like now Uncle Bob's and working with you and Jake is like the joy of my life. Like it really, really is.
Yeah.
And I like the community that we've built. And it just feels like what I was meant to do.
Yeah.
That sounds really cheesy and I'm sorry. But it just like all my life I've read about movies and music and pop culture and everyone told me that it was pointless and useless information and what are you ever going to do with that? Why are you wasting your time? But now it's like, but look, like, and people like it and people like to listen and we've formed a community and I just, no matter how hard 2020 was, that is really special.
That came out of it. Yeah. And, just all of the years of just kind of bantering back and forth of our useless information as we've always been told. And now we get to like sit and still like kibitz with each other, but it's kind of like, we're sharing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're sharing it with other people. And like I said, like we've formed a really cool group of people and a cool group of listeners. And I'm excited to watch it grow. I'm hopeful for the future, which I think that is something I was lacking in previous years. Like I feel really hopeful.
Absolutely.
And so sorry for the ramble, but just 2020, I know it was probably hard for all of you as well.
Absolutely. But, and again, that's why I feel like you shouldn't sugarcoat it. You shouldn't, you need to be transparent and honest. I think it was a struggle for everybody. And to sit and say, oh, well, it just rolled right off our back. I think that's not reality. It was hard for everybody. And, some days are better than others. Some days are more of a struggle. Some days are great, but, it's definitely been a challenge. 2020 was a freaking challenge.
2020 was rough. So all of that really to say like, hello, 2021.
Hello, 2021.
Welcome. We've been waiting for you.
Yes.
And we're really, really excited to see what it brings.
Absolutely.
Honestly. So happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. And welcome.
And welcome to Uncle Bob's Magic Cabinet.
Yeah.
Why did I sound like, I don't know.
That
sounded really sexual.
A radio
I'm really
announcer.
Sorry.
A radio announcer.
I didn't mean to do that. All right. So we're going to, shake things up a little bit. So we're going to start a tradition here because New Year's, I feel like, I don't know. It's an important day. It's starting something new. It's honoring what has come before, but looking towards the future. And so we want to kind of create, like something different for this New Year's episode and hopefully do it for years to come every New Year's.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to call it the Astrology Roundtable.
Love it.
Love that up top.
Yeah. Right on.
This is something that we knew we wanted to do at the very beginning of creating the show. And so I'm really excited to do it. Okay, so here is the rundown.
Give it to me, girl.
We're going to give you a little lesson on astrology. And when I say little, we're going to give you the
bare minimum.
What's it called? Spark notes. Really
Cliff notes.
Cliff notes. Spark notes?
Is that what they're called?
I don't know.
Well. All right.
Either one. The really quick version, this is a very complex topic. People study this for
years and years.
So we're going to give you the quick rundown.
Right.
And then we each got to pick 5 characters or people, 4 of which we have talked about.
Yep, in previous
episodes this year, and 1 wild card, which means the character did not have to be magic related. It could be any pop culture character or person. And we're going to go through all of their sun signs. That could either be what the, writers determined their sun signs to be or what we think their sun shines.
Right.
Their sunshine should have been.
Right.
So I'm going to go through some key terms. We're going to give you a little lesson on what a sun sign is and also moon and rising. And then we're going to go through.
Sounds great.
You ready? Are you strapped
in the coaster,
girl?
All right,
get out your pen and paper. We love astrology here. I don't know if you could tell. We talk about it all the time. One of the first things I do, like if I like an actor or I like a character even, I type into Google blank's sun sign because I'm like, I want to know everything.
Oh yeah. Whenever I meet people, I want to know what their sign is.
What's your sign?
Like, are we going to get along?
I know. I'm judging you by your entire birth chart right now. So basically, what your birth chart is, and I'm sure you've heard that term. We've said it before, and if you're here, I'm sure that you have come across it. Your birth chart, your astrological chart is basically the exact time and place you were born. It is a picture of what the sky looked like at that exact time.
Correct.
So everyone's is different, depending on, you could be born on the same day as someone, but at a different time and in a different place, and your astrology chart different.
Right.
So it is kind of like a way to get to know yourself better. It's where the planets were when you were born.
And it's individualized to you.
It's cool to get like a deeper understanding of yourself. And it's like putting pieces of a puzzle together.
I love it. Yeah.
I love it too. I really do.
I do.
It's, I've always been interested in crystals, but as I get older, I'm very much interested in astrology.
Yep.
So for all of the terms, we're going to be referencing the book, The Ology. Oh my God.
The Ology.
What the did I just say?
I have no clue.
Can someone piece out together? Because I can't. Oh my gosh. The only astrology book you'll ever need by Joanna Martine Woolfolk.
Yes.
Woolfolk?
Yeah.
Woolfolk.
Yeah. And I think I've had my copy for like 20, 25 years.
It's a great book.
It's a great book. That's actually a new copy because we've dog-eared the other one so much.
Yeah, so if you're into astrology or you're just getting started, this book is a really good intro. It teaches you everything you need to learn. It's a good starting point. And a lot of the verbiage we're using today comes straight from that book.
Correct.
Okay, So here's some key terms.
Good.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Strap yourself in.
I'm strapped in.
Okay, masculine normally symbolizes an energetic and direct person.
Male, sun, heat, dry. Yeah. Dry. Like the Sahara Desert.
Men are dry. No. Put that on a t-shirt. I'm just kidding.
A new band name called it.
Men are dry.
A Men at Work cover band.
Oh my God, and they sing that song Land Down Under. That's a good one.
Oh, good mashup. Good
Make
mashup.
a t-shirt. Okay. Feminine normally means receptive and magnetic, or
Feminine, dark, like night.
the moon.
Wet.
Ooh, she wet. No. Take that out.
Oh,
I'm just
no.
kidding. Or deep, emotional, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aspects of the moon.
Right.
Okay. There are 4 elements. And if you were interested in the elements, which I find them absolutely fascinating, we talked about it in the craft episode, which is one of the first 10 episodes. It was all about the elements. So go listen to that. But here's a little rundown. Earth means to ground. Air means to think. Fire means to create. And water means to feel.
Those are important.
Those are very important. Each astrology sign is one of the elements.
Correct.
Okay. Cusp is another term that will come up.
Right.
And that means a birth time or date at or near the beginning or the end of an astrological sign. I used you as an example. You are a cusp.
I am a cusp. I am August 24th, which is like the last day of Leo going into the first day of Virgo. So I'm right there on the cusp. Yeah.
Right. So a lot of people don't believe in cusps. We do.
Right.
We're, and normally when I see someone that is born on a cusp, I think that means that they will have qualities of both signs.
Yeah. And we had talked about this. So I feel like when I was younger, I definitely had more Leo qualities. As I am getting older, I'm pretty much a Virgo.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. I think you will probably, from what I've read in this book too, lean more towards one of the signs, but you might have, certain qualities.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into quadruplicities or houses. It is very complex.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that
At another time.
but we're going to go real simple here, all right? So here is the rundown of your signs, okay? Your sun sign is where the sun was moving at the time of your birth.
Yes.
I just love this.
I know.
It gets
Isn't
me
it great?
so
I
excited.
know. And it's what you'll read when you read your horoscope in the newspaper. It's always your sun sign.
Yeah. So the sun sign is what you are most familiar with. If someone asks you someone asks you.
Oh my.
I can't talk. If someone asks you at a bar, what's your sign? The answer you have would be your sun sign.
Right.
It's what you are probably most familiar with. And this represents you at the surface. What is most apparent at the surface, okay?
Right.
Your general character. In this book, I like that she compares it to a painting. So if you're a painter, the broad strokes that you lay down to kind of, map out where you want to paint,
Right.
that is your sun sign. It is the broad strokes. It's the start. It's the base of your personality. It governs your individuality, your style, and your drive.
Love it.
Love it. So if you've always read your horoscopes and you're like, this doesn't sound like me at all, you have to look at your whole chart, but more specifically, your moon and your rising sign.
Correct.
So we're going to talk about those.
Yeah.
Your moon sign represents your emotions, your instinct, and your unconscious mind.
And it's usually that's your true self, and that's the part that you don't often show to people.
Right. So it is the part of you that you see, your innermost self.
Right.
Okay. The side of you that reacts before you have time to think about it. The part of you keep hidden, your inner core It influences how receptive you are to others, and it modifies your sun sign. So here is where if you're like, I'm a Capricorn and I don't feel like a Capricorn. Look at your moon sign because they play off of each other.
Yeah, they do. Right.
Yeah. Your rising sign is your outward demeanor. And I feel like people don't understand rising signs.
I agree with that. Yeah.
They get confused. This is how you present yourself to the outside world, right? Your image. So imagine your birth chart as a house or you as a house. Your rising sign is the door. What are you showing to people before you let them in?
Right. So I feel like you could use the saying, putting your best foot forward. So it's like when you first meet somebody, you always want to make a good impression. And that's where you show your rising.
Right.
Because you want to be,
it's like a mask. That doesn't mean that that's not it. It is part of your personality and it's you, but it's a very specific.
It's very surface,
right?
And that's what you let people see at first, and then when you get to know them a little bit more, then they might see the aspects of your sun.
Then they get your sun, and then if they're really in there, they get your moon.
Yeah, like Jake knows your moon, and you know Jake's moon, but it's intimate. It's like the people that you feel so comfortable with that you are hiding nothing.
They know your moon.
They know your moon.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the basement.
It's the basement. It's, yeah. It's everything. It's laying your bare and knowing that person will, still love you.
That's beautiful.
Still accept you for all of your.
So beautifully said. All right. So now that we've got the terms down, I'm going to take the first 6 astrology signs.
And I'm taking the last.
And you're taking the last. Right. And then we're going to go through our pop culture picks.
Yes. Love it.
All right. Hold on. Let me take a swig.
Take it. I was going to say, suck it down.
Suck it down.
Do it.
Go ahead. You do.
All right.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, Aries. The dates are March 21st through April 19th, and we refer to Aries as the initiator.
The toddler.
Hey. I love Aries.
I do too.
And you'll find out why.
Yeah.
Okay. So Aries is a masculine sign, and it is the element fire.
Yes.
Represents Aries, okay? The symbol is the ram.
Yes.
You're like,
yes, they are, right?
The key word for Aries is I am, and their color is red. So fire, hot.
Yes, right.
Okay. Keywords: energetic, impulsive, optimistic, independent, sexual, pioneers, vibrant, confident, hot-tempered, childish.
Childish.
Yeah.
I mean, I read a book, I think it was a Linda Goodman book, and she goes through every astrology, sign and likens it to a phase in life. And Aries are definitely the terrible twos. Yeah. And it's mostly because they are impulsive, and so they jump in without thinking, like they would be the one to put their hand on the hot stove.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So you can look at them as like the child. Okay.
Right.
I hate to say that. Again, you'll find out why. But they're also very courageous. I love Aries. I think it's a great sign. Too. I am drawn towards Aries.
I'm so drawn to Aries, yeah.
Some famous people, and we picked famous people that we have discussed in some way. So some famous people that you'll know that are Aries: Eddie Murphy, and we know we listen to Party All the Time by Eddie Murphy every single time we sit down to record.
Every single time. It's our mantra.
He's becoming our hype man.
Our guru.
Yeah, our guru is Eddie Murphy. We're going to frame that album and hang it in the studio.
He gets us in the zone, Chief.
He really does. Like it's a bop, and I love it. So he's an Aries. Harry Houdini, Emma Watson, who plays Hermione in Harry Potter, Sarah Michelle Gellar, who plays Buffy, and Allison Hannigan, who plays Willow, which she was our first episode.
Yes.
And she is an Aries.
Yes.
I love you, Aries. All right, Taurus. Next up, April 20th to May 20th. And they are the dependable.
They are.
They are feminine and they are earth. Their symbol is the bull, and their keyword is I have. The color that represents them is mauve because it's soft. Okay. Words: gentle, stable, patient, practical, determined, stubborn, driven, immovable, homebody, secretive, soft. So when you think of earth signs, think of grounded.
Right.
But say they, are a little too much earth, they're stuck. They're stubborn. And I feel like Taurus represents that really well.
Stubborn as a bull.
Stubborn as a bull.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Famous people who are Taurus: Robert Johnson.
Ooh, hey, that's a good one.
Yeah. Tim Capello from Lost Boys saxophone fame. And Machine Gun Kelly. Oh my God, in my notes, it autocorrected it to Machine Gun Jelly. New band name called it Machine Gun Jelly.
Kels. MGK.
He's a Taurus, but
wow, that's shocking.
he is an Aries Taurus cusp.
Okay, well, there you go.
Makes
that
total
boy's
sense.
more Aries. Oh yeah.
Okay, next up is Gemini, and we all know I love me some Gemini.
Leanne loves some Geminis.
The dates are May 21st to June 20th, and they are the communicators.
They are.
They are masculine, and their symbol or their element is air. Their symbol is the twins. Twins, because they're dual.
They are dual.
Their keyword is I think, and their color is yellow. So, keywords: intellectual, versatile, adaptable, lively, creative, clever, communicative.
Good.
Did you like that?
I did.
I struggled to get that out.
In one, it was effortless.
Was it? Easy breezy, beautiful. They are curious, restless, persuasive, magnetic, dramatic, and impatient.
Right.
Famous Geminis include Fact Check Jake. Fact Check Jake. He's famous in my heart.
Yes.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Fairuza Balk from The Craft. Stevie Nicks and Nicole Kidman from Practical Magic.
Very cool.
I love Geminis.
Yes,
I love Geminis.
You do.
Okay, next up is Cancer. June 21st through July 22nd, and they are the loyal.
The loyal, yeah.
The loyal. You're like, yep.
They are.
They are feminine, and their element is water. Their symbol is the crab, and their keyword is I feel. The color that represents them is sea green.
Sea green.
I love water babies.
I know.
I do. Keywords: sensitive, intuitive, receptive, imaginative, shrewd, cranky, complex, loyal, guarded, intelligent, devoted, protective, and kind. You have to get the good and bad.
Cranky.
Cranky. Like cranky.
Curmudgeonly.
I could not find a lot of famous cancers that we've talked about.
And
I
that
found
makes
two.
sense.
It does, because they wouldn't want to be in the limelight.
No.
Is that the phrase limelight?
Yeah.
Where did that come from? What the does that mean?
I couldn't answer that.
Well,
I don't know why it's called the limelight.
A question for another day. Famous signs that are cancers: Will Ferrell.
Ooh, interesting.
From Elf, and Jared Padalecki from Supernatural.
Nice, old Jared Padalecki.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It does. All right, next up, Leo the Lion. July 23rd to August 22nd, and they are the exuberant. They are masculine, and their element is fire. Again, the symbol is the lion, and their keyword is I will. Their color is gold.
I am the king.
I am the king, man. Leos are fun.
They are. They are fun.
They are. I love fire signs.
Oh, yeah.
I'm most I think fire signs are fun. Air and fire are where I like to stay.
Yeah, you like to stay in the zone.
Yeah. They are powerful, extravagant, generous, fun, loyal, creative, bombastic, aloof, commanding, magnetic, open-hearted, prideful, and warm.
Nice.
Some famous Leos are Sandra Bullock.
I think you would see a lot of Leos in the limelight.
That is what I found the most of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was Leo, because they like
like
to be. It
front
says if
and
all of the
center.
world is a stage, they're like,
Yep.
here I am.
Am.
Yes. Daniel Radcliffe from Harry Potter. David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson from The X-Files are both Leos. James Marsters, who is Spike in Buffy, and Jim Beaver.
Oh, I
is
know.
A Leo.
I love Jim Beaver.
Leos, you're fun.
Yeah.
All right, and the last of mine is Virgo. Virgo, which is August 23rd through September 22nd, and they are the conscientious. They are feminine, and their element is earth, and their symbol is the Virgin. I like to call them the mother.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
The mama bears.
The mama bear. Their keyword is I analyze, and their color is navy blue. Words: conscientious, practical, reserved, analytical, nervous, organized, intelligent, motivated, logical, reluctant, precise, loyal, and devoted. Do you feel called out?
I do. Oh, I do.
I just called your ass out.
Thank God I've got that Aries moon.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Some famous Virgos: Jack Black.
I love him.
Yeah. Stephen King, Tim Burton, and Barry motherfucking Gibb is a Virgo.
Barry Gibb.
His gold medallions. He's got to have some Leo in there or something.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if he's a cusp.
Oh my God. I wonder if he's the same cusp as you. What's his fucking birthday? Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
It's so fun. All right. And you take it.
Okay. So I'm going to take it. So then we move into Libra, which is September 23rd through October 22nd. Their keyword is charm and eye balance. So their symbol is the scales, which is for balance, order, and justice. Their element is air. They are masculine, and they are the sign of marriage and partnership.
Okay.
So Libra is active, artistic, easygoing. They're the peacekeepers, the prize beauties, and they love harmony. They're diplomatic, polished, and socially inclined. Very warm-hearted, sentimental, and optimistic. They are what we call the people pleasers.
People pleasers. Got to balance those scales.
Yes. On the negative side, they are self-indulgent. They love luxury. They're indecisive, fickle, and stubborn.
Ooh.
Their color is blue lavender. Blue and lavender, yeah. So famous people that we may have chatted about that are Libras. Penny Marshall,
Okay.
who was in Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
Arthur Miller, who wrote The Crucible.
Oh.
Julie Andrews, who was Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
Susan Sarandon from Witches of Eastwick.
Our favorite.
Angela Lansbury from Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Linda Hamilton from They Live.
Wow.
Bruce Springsteen, had to bring him in.
Bruce.
And Miss Nev Campbell from
Nev
The
Campbell.
Craft. Yeah.
Nev fucking Campbell.
Nev Campbell, man.
That's a lot of Libras in
that
the
is a
spotlight.
lot of Libras, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So then we move on to Scorpio.
Scorpios.
October 23rd to November 21st. They are the idealist, right? Their symbol is the scorpion. They are feminine. Their element is water. Their key word is I desire. Ooh. And they are the sign of extremes. The scorpion is their symbol because they are secretive and a deadly creature that can poison its enemies, and their sting is often fatal. I don't know if you know any Scorpios, but
I know a lot of Scorpio women, and it has ended badly every time.
But not a lot of Scorpio men.
I have never, and I repeat, I have never met a Scorpio man
that you know of.
That I know of.
Right.
Isn't that weird?
It is. That's interesting. So on the positive side, they are imaginative, passionate, emotional, subtle, persistent, intense, obstinate, unyielding, powerful, independent, passionate, and magnetic. This is definitely the sexual sign.
Very magnetic, yeah.
They just draw men to them or women to like moths to a flame. But they can be loving and generous. And kind, but their negative side, very secretive, jealous. They have stinging tempers. They're very clingy, cold, brooding. They carry a lot of resentment. They're intense, and they're very vengeful on the negative side. Well,
No.
I would not want to get on the bad side of a Scorpio.
That's some cold ass shit.
No. Yeah, right? It's like, I lent you a quarter in 1970 and you haven't paid me back yet. I have not forgotten that slight. Their color is crimson, burgundy, and maroon.
Pretty.
So the reds.
Okay.
Famous people.
Yes.
I know we haven't talked about her, but I feel like maybe we have, is Vivian Leigh, who is your namesake.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Yeah. Sylvia Plath.
Oh.
Charles Manson.
Really?
Yeah.
Makes sense. The magnetism.
It kind of does, yeah. Winona Ryder.
Winona.
F. Murray Abraham.
I don't know who that is.
He was in 13 Ghosts. He was Uncle Cyrus. Was that his name?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's him. Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, your lookalike.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's me, Danny DeVito.
Yep.
I'll never live that one down.
Nope.
All right, moving on into Sagittarius, whom we absolutely love.
Yeah.
November 22nd through December.
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 Do you remember?
The 21st night of December. That was good.
Oh, shit. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so December 21st. Their most likable trait is they are the optimist. They're masculine. Their element is fire. Their symbol is the archer for directness, high aims. They love the outdoors, and they also love the chase. And their keyword is I see.
Interesting.
I see everything. They are considered one of the most likable people in the zodiac.
I could understand that.
Their color is purple. Positive, they're energetic, ambitious, generous. They're freedom-loving. They are seekers of new challenges, open to new ideas. They love to explore. They're cheerful, independent, honest, frank. They have a sense of humor, high-spirited, and charming. They are born entertainers.
Okay.
And you're
Nailed
like,
it.
where are we going with that?
Nailed it.
Born entertainers and great storytellers.
We love a Sagittarius.
I know. On the downside, they are restless, blunt, thin-skinned. Like, they like to dole out the bluntness, but they can't take it. Reckless, extravagant, wasteful, emotionally shallow, have a lack of commitment, are impetuous.
Wow. Ooh, boy.
Those are some sad qualities there. All right, famous Sagittariuses that we've talked about. Alyssa Milano.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Bette Midler.
Bet. That makes sense.
Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis. Boris Karloff. Bruce Lee. Jimi Hendrix. And Mr. Walt Disney.
Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Mr. Sagittarius.
All right. Love it.
I know. Okay. Moving into Capricorn, December 22nd through January 19. I know, Lee's favorite. Their color is dark green and brown. They are feminine. They're an earth element. Their symbol is the goat.
Dark green and brown, the color of
I already thought about it when I wrote it down. The color of
That's, guys, I'm just playing. It's just funny. The color of poop.
doo-doo. So their symbol is the goat because they are a sure-footed animal who ascends to heights by taking advantage of every opportunity.
Okay.
All right. So their keyword is I use.
Yo.
I know, right?
Question me again.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
The positive aspects are they are reserved, prudent, patient, cunning, disciplined, determined, ambitious, patient, practical, loyal, and they do have a sense of humor, although it's very dry. So all those are the positive characteristics, but those are right. Negatively, their negative aspects are emotionally reserved, cold, stern, melancholy, gloomy, cautious, conservative, aloof, indifferent, dominant, and controlling.
Ouch.
Now,
We're just...
I am probably going to have to go curl up in the fetal position.
Why?
And not come out for at least a week because here are the famous people that we've talked about.
Well, we talked about Denzel Washington being one, and
and you were sad.
I have still not recovered.
You were sad. All right. Let's see. So Denzel, Edgar Allan Poe.
Ah.
David Bowie.
Ah.
J.R.R. Tolkien. John Carpenter.
Ah.
Davy Jones. Danny Kaye.
Oh no.
Robin and Maurice Gibb.
Robin fucking Gibb.
Well, they're twins. Robin and Maurice.
You don't fucking tell me that Robin Gibb is kept. You know what? Fuck this. No. I'm done.
But
Robin Gibb?
the most devastating of all.
Who is it, Elvis?
It is Elvis.
He's a Capricorn.
He is.
And you didn't know?
I didn't.
You're
I
kidding
knew
me.
when his birthday was. I guess I just never.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm so sad.
Oh. And you know what? How I said I've never met a Scorpio man. I've never met a Capricorn woman that I know of.
That you know of.
I only know Capricorn men.
Interesting. Yeah,
Weird.
that is weird. All right, moving along. I'm just going to keep going. All right, so the next sign, is little Miss Aquarius over there.
Oh.
So January 20th through February 18th.
But
What? Their key characteristic is friendliness.
What?
Yeah, they're masculine. They're an air sign. Your color is electric blue.
Electric.
Right. And your symbol is the water bearer because you are known to disperse gifts that flow freely and equally to all of creation. And you are the giver of life.
Ouch. Okay.
Right?
Not to toot my own horn or anything.
Yeah, this is considered, some astrologers consider the Aquarius the zodiac, like you are the sign of the future and the visionary.
Nice.
Right?
Love it.
I know. You are the sign of hopes and dreams, friends and wishes. How cute is that?
Love it.
So positive, you are idealistic. You are humanitarian, independent, progressive, original, inventive, unconventional, eccentric, different, intelligent, liberal, rational. I know it was liberal, open-minded, outgoing, amiable, honest, and helpful.
Love it.
So,
Go ahead, drag me.
negative. Boredom is a communicable disease in the mind of an Aquarius, and you become quickly bored, and that's something that you try to avoid at all costs.
True that.
You can be detached, assertive, opinionated. What? No. Leanne? No.
What?
Distant, contrary, argumentative.
What? I've never heard of this before.
Famous people that are Aquariuses.
Yeah.
Leanne.
Me.
It's you. Charles Dickens.
Fun.
I know. Betty Friedan. I know we haven't talked about her.
Who's that?
The Feminine Mystique.
Oh my God.
And I feel like you bring it, I could see you are a little Betty Friedan.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Love that.
right?
Love that for me.
Yeah, so when I saw that, I was like, well, we really haven't talked about her, but she's so iconic that,
Oh, okay,
and then
love
you're
it.
like, who is that?
I know who it is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Bob Marley. Not Jacob, but Bob.
The Bob Marley.
The Bob Marley. James Dean.
Oh.
George Romero.
Ooh.
Sharon Tate. And motherfucking Rick James.
Mark James. Hey. Matthew fucking Lillard is an Aquarius.
Oh my gosh.
Did you just almost leave out Maddie L?
How dare I?
How dare you?
Well, I don't have him on speed dial. I don't have all of his.
Let me call him up.
It's like my most favorite.
I know.
Okay, so moving on to Pisces, February 19th through March 20th. And it is feminine, water element, And the symbol is two fishes tied to one another, swimming in opposite directions, and representing hidden depths, emotional currents, conflict, and extremes.
I like the little dreamy Pisces babies.
I know. Their most likable quality is compassion, and their key word is I believe. Their color is pale green and turquoise.
Love.
Their positive traits are receptive, intuitive, imaginative, romantic, mystical, adaptable, loyal, unselfish, generous, magnetic, mysterious, intelligent, sensitive, sentimental.
Fun.
Negatively, they can be very changeable at the drop of a hat, emotional, dramatic, lazy.
I was going to say lazy.
Yeah, impractical, overindulgent. And the key thing for them is that they are the poets and the dreamers, and they are very good at their own self-undoing. So they are like one of the key signs that, they have these high aspirations and dreams and hopes. And if they don't come to fruition or they get too, downtrodden by them, that they become, they have addictive personalities. So there is the sign of undoing for them. So famous people that are Pisces that we've talked about: Harry Belafonte.
Oh.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Okay.
Flava Flav.
Flavor Flav.
Jensen Ackles. Dr. Seuss. Thora Birch. Alan Rickman. The last brother Gibb, Andy. And Kurt Cobain.
Well, if that doesn't make sense.
That's not a poster child for Pisces. I don't know what is.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. I do love Pisces, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that rounds out the 12 astrology signs.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a little rundown on all of the signs. I know this is probably a lot of info, but we think it's fun.
Oh, my gosh.
We're having fun.
We're having a good time.
Let us have fun.
Yeah.
All right. So do you want me to do my pop culture picks first?
Let's swap. You do one and I'll do one.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
All right. First up, Stevie Nicks.
Rocket.
All right. She is a sun in Gemini, a moon in Capricorn, and an Aries rising, which I'm an Aries rising.
You are an Aries rising.
So I thought that was fun. Why this makes sense. This is an intellectual pairing. So if you look at her lyrics, they're very deep. They're very, thought out. She is unique. She is determined, strong-willed. The Capricorn moon, they're known for being loners. So I thought that was interesting because she kind of stands alone.
She does,
right?
Yeah, right.
The Aries rising, very straightforward and honest, independent and strong. And Stevie Nicks doesn't take any shit.
She takes no shit.
So that to me is like,
Right.
I love that. So Stevie Nicks.
Rick on.
Rick on.
Rick James on. All right. So mine, the first one is kind of a combo because I did Sally and Jilly.
From Practical Magic?
From Practical Magic. So I did not know this, but Sally was born October 31st, 1973.
Okay.
And Jilly was born October 31st, 1974.
Oh.
So Sally is 1 year older than Jilly,
Is this according to the book?
according to Wiki Fandom.
You're so cute. Okay.
That's what you want to call it.
Yeah.
So Sally, so then I decided, well, they're both born on October 31st. And this is where we can show a little bit of how years and times and places can change things. So Sally was born in Salem.
Okay.
And Jilly was born in California. So we have Sally. So then I decided, well, let's pull up the moon and the rising.
Right.
So Sally would be a Scorpio sun, a Capricorn moon, and a Capricorn rising.
Oh,
So we have the water,
okay.
where she's very emotional,
Yeah.
right? But then we have a double
That
Capricorn, so Earth, where she's driven but very, into the earth.
Right.
And, so you can kind of see that she's very practical. She wants to be normal. Like she
Right.
just wants to fit in.
Yeah.
And,
That does make sense.
yeah, so it kind of makes sense for her. She's warm-hearted, down-to-earth, charismatic, and very mature for her age.
Right.
So she's, I would not have pegged her as, I thought they were the same age, but
I did too.
yeah. So then Jilly, although October 31st, 1 year later, so she's a Scorpio sun, which definitely makes sense. But she's a Taurus moon and a Sagittarius rising.
Oh.
So that gives her that free-spirited, she just wants to kind of get out and go. As you see her in the early parts of the movie, she doesn't want to be held down. She doesn't want to be stuck in that town. She just wants to go. And they talk about her, she's been in like 10 different towns, and she's very eccentric, and she likes different cultures, and you know what I mean?
Right. That's interesting.
So that brings the Sagittarius.
She's got, what is that? That's fire, earth, and water.
Fire, earth, fire. Oh, no, Scorpio's water. Yeah, water, earth, fire.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
She's got a little bit of everything going on there.
And so you can tell that her emotions are, because obviously in the movie they lost their parents and were raised by the aunts. So her take on it, the Scorpio comes in where she's emotionally damaged, but she stings. Like that's where her sting comes in. So that's her water.
And she uses that sexuality.
Yes, of the Scorpio,
and that sensuality, which is a Scorpio trait. Right. That's interesting.
Yeah, and then Sally kind of picked up, the torch, and she became the responsible, that double earth.
Adult, yeah.
That double earth.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I definitely could see that for both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah, right on.
All right, next up for me is Dale Cooper from Twin Peaks.
Oh, yes.
All right, his birthday is April 19th, which makes him an Aries Taurus cusp. Why this makes sense is he is very courageous and smart. He's optimistic. He charges in like that Aries, but he does have this like kind demeanor, and he's kind of secretive and mysterious and gentle and calm from that Taurus.
Yeah. And he likes to follow the rules.
Which is that Earth. I like this for him. I like that sun sign. I would give him a Pisces moon. To bring in that, because he's the dreamer,
the mystical.
He's the mystical. He has those dreams where he, uses divination, and he's very in touch with that. So I like that Aries Taurus cusp for him, but I would throw in a Pisces moon.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I love Dale Cooper.
See where you're going with that. I like it.
Yes.
Well, this one was tough for me because I, of course, had to get John Cusack in here somehow because, I love him. So I wanted to do his character that I absolutely love, Jonathan Traeger from Serendipity. And when I knew it was going to be impossible to see if there was a birth date associated with Jonathan Traeger as the character, because there was not a lot of information on Serendipity in general. Like, it was tough doing the research. So I knew that I was going to have to be like, what would I have pegged his character as? Which I would have pegged him as a Cancer. So, they're definitely sensitive with kind of like that practical, hard outer shell. I mean, he kind of is like, not curmudgeonly, but you can tell he's just a little cranky. Right. You know what I mean? And short-tempered. Okay. But he's very soft. He's romantic. You can see that he like cries at the drop of a hat. And I like the romance. Like they go back to the store, and he makes, it's very romantic. It's very romantic, which is definitely a Cancer attribute. So I would have pegged him as a Cancer.
Okay.
So then I thought, well, when is John Cusack's birthday? And he is June 28th, and he is a Cancer.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
I didn't know that. He didn't come up in my thing.
Right. And I do find, specifically, again, we've talked about he's like my favorite actor, but I feel like he brings a lot of his own personality into a lot of the roles that he plays. So I think that's why he did such a good job playing this character. But I would have pegged Jonathan Traeger as a Cancer.
Way to go, Lore!
Sweet.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. I can't believe he didn't come up in my research when I was doing cancers.
Right?
What the
rude.
All right, speaking of.
Yeah.
Next up for me is Spike from Buffy, because
nice. We love us some Spike.
We love us some Spike.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I had to do one from our namesake.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I could not find anything, kind of like you're saying. There was absolutely no information about, because, okay, these people aren't real.
They're fictional characters.
And he did not have an assigned birthday. So my guess is a Leo sun with a Cancer moon.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
And here is why. He is hard on the outside. He has this like tough demeanor. He's a bad boy, but he's a fucking softie on the inside.
He is.
So if you have watched Buffy and you think back, there's an episode where they go back and they show his backstory before he was changed into a vampire.
Yes.
And they show he would.
Oh my gosh.
I can't
He was
handle
like
it.
reading poetry.
I know, and he was really soft and sensitive. That's why I gave him that Cancer moon. After he became a vampire, though, very magnetic and sexual and commanding, very prideful. So that's why I maybe a Leo sun.
Yeah.
This is a very dramatic combo. He's extremely loyal. He's strong yet vulnerable. He's known to be very arrogant, but he is surprisingly nurturing. So that's why I like that Leo Sun Cancer Moon combo for Spike.
I love that. That's
Right?
awesome. All right, my next one. I had to do it, girl. I had to do it.
What'd you do?
I feel like if we went back through every episode and found one person that has been mentioned so many times.
Who?
Well, Harry Houdini.
Oh God, he does come up all the time.
All the time. He always makes a segue into.
He really does.
You know, talk about 7 degrees or 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. It's 6 degrees of Harry Houdini, for heaven's sakes. So he was born March 24th, 1874. Holy shit. So he is an Aries sun.
Oh.
But he is a Gemini moon and Aquarius rising.
Oh. Now
Right?
hold the phone.
Right. So I could definitely see the Aries sun
100%.
And definitely, you know, because here he is, he's this entertainer and he goes in and he's doing things that have not been done.
Right.
He's the originator, the fire.
Yeah.
Right? He's charging in there and he's creating a pathway where none has been
The
made
initiator.
before. He's the initiator. He's doing things that haven't been done before and he's taking risks.
Fiery, bold.
Fiery, bold,
Yeah.
and he is not.
He doesn't give a shit.
Afraid.
Right.
You know, he's like, yeah, I'll stay underwater for whatever, and if I don't come up out of these shackles,
fine.
whatever. But then you can kind of see that Gemini moon, so you can kind of see that when he becomes hurt, that he wanted to believe in, the afterworld when his
Right.
mom passed away, because he was very close to his mom, and you could see that he was hurt by the
Right.
deception of the mediums and stuff like that, and he kind of made it his mission.
Right.
And so it was like that duality of a Gemini where I can be congenial, but
Right.
if you are lying, I'm going to find you out. And it was almost like sleuthy.
Well, and Geminis live in the mind, right? So, like, he was very,
I
I
know.
need evidence, and I
need to
know that
know.
this is, I need to know every detail. I need to know what is
I need
going
the
on.
truth.
Facts, truth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Right. And where do you think his Aquarius would come in his rising?
I don't know. I mean, the flat out, I feel like there was a deep desire for him to believe. Like, he genuinely wanted to believe in the,
The possibility.
which is a very Aquarius trait. Like,
Yeah.
they're very open-minded.
Yeah.
So the fact that that was even, like, an interest of his is very Aquarius.
Right.
And kind of the innovation there
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
an Aquarius.
Yeah. Right.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. I think that fits him well.
Fun.
Yeah, I love it.
Wow, we really do bring up Harry Houdini.
We
a
sure
lot.
do. Yeah.
Well, there's this whole chart.
There you go. Harry Houdini.
All right, I had to do Mulder and Scully. I got a combo.
Gotta do it.
Okay, this one's fascinating to me. So Mulder and Scully have like birthdays, right?
Do they really?
Yes, they have birthplaces. They have the year down. So I was able to get their sun and their moon.
Ooh, awesome.
Okay, so Fox Mulder from the X-Files is a Libra sun and a Sagittarius moon. Now, why this makes sense. When researching, I looked up the combo, right? I didn't look up the individual. I looked up the combo.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have pegged him as a Libra.
I wouldn't have either.
Yeah.
But this combo, okay, this is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
There is a deep desire to discover deeper meanings in everything. And there is a need to express opinions. Above anything else, they appreciate honesty and sincerity the most. Which is like, if you know Fox Mulder, that all he wants is the truth.
Right.
And that this combo, they are always after the truth.
Right.
They think too much. Right. They're always in their head.
Right.
But they're very open-minded. What?
Open-minded.
Reverse, they're very open-minded.
Yeah.
And they often have very strange ideas. There is a deep need for self-expression, and they idealize everything.
Right.
So, like, at face value, when I saw that, I was like, what? He's a Libra. That doesn't make sense. But when you look at the combo, that's very Fox Mulder.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the first thing that came
sense.
up was like, they need to know the truth. And it was like, what the f?
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that makes sense.
Here's another one for you. Scully, and this threw me for a loop, is a Pisces sun and a Cancer moon.
Really?
What?
Interesting.
Why this could make sense. Deep, deep emotions buried way down.
Way down there.
Way down, bitch. They are very intense and serious. They are self-protective. They are very emotionally detached until they know you and trust you, which if you've watched the X-Files, she's not like that with Mulder.
Right.
But to everyone else, she's very harsh.
But at first she is.
At first she is, but when you get in there, she's not guarded anymore. They are known to be deeply religious and very maternal. And that is Scully.
Well,
Isn't that interesting?
I love that.
I love that when you look at it kind of separate, it's like, what the f? But then if you look at, like we talked about, you really have to look at especially the sun and moon combo.
Yeah.
Makes total sense.
Right. Interesting.
All right, go girl.
Go girl. All right, so my next one I wanted to do was Bobby Singer from Supernatural.
Yes.
Because, I love Jim Beaver and I love the character of Bobby Singer. There was no date I could find on Bobby Singer, just that Bobby was born in 1950. So we do know Jim Beaver is a Leo, and I would peg Bobby Singer as a classic Cancer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he is gruff and grumbly, and he's got that hard outer heat. Now, he is a curmudgeon, He's like a salty dog.
Right.
But yet he's
on the
got
inside,
the heart of gold, and he loves Sam and Dean like they are his own children, and he protects them.
He's a little softy in there.
He's a little softy in there, and so I would peg him as a Cancer. He's a homebody. He likes to be at home, and Cancers are
maybe
notorious.
an Earth moon.
Maybe an Earth moon. Yeah, you think?
I do.
Yeah?
Grounded.
Okay.
I like that.
I like that. Yeah. And of course, Dean is an Aquarius and Sam is a Taurus. And those make sense to me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dean. Okay, I am
January
Dean.
24th.
You are Dean. We have established that I am Dean. I fought it.
And Sammy is an Earth sign, so there you go.
That makes sense. All right, love that.
Okay.
Are you ready for my wild card?
Oh, yeah. What's your wild card? I'm excited.
All right. My wild card is Steve-O from SLC Punk, played by Matthew Lillard.
Of course. We had to get Matthew in here.
You know I was going to do it.
Absolutely.
So here's the funny thing. When I sat down, I was like, I knew that because I love SLC Punk. If you haven't seen it, I really do suggest it. It's not magic related at all, but this is why it's my wild card.
Rebellion.
Yes. It's a really great movie. He is excellent. So I sat down. I could not find anything. So I had to take a guess.
Okay.
And my guess ended up being an Aquarius sun with an Aries moon, and that's what I am.
And that's what you are.
And I did not intend. I was like, when I wrote it out, I was like, oh.
Yeah, but I think it's so funny because you have absolutely loved that movie from the time that you were a kid. I mean, and I'm not talking like 10, 12 years old, like a young kid.
Right.
You have loved that movie. I mean, you have posters of it and everything.
I do.
And those were adult topics.
Yeah.
But it was about anarchy and rebellion of the norms and confines of society. And
yeah, I mean, if you don't know the movie, it's about Matthew Lillard and his best friend. They are punks in Salt Lake City, Utah, which is not the best place to be, like a punk kid.
Yeah.
And just like dealing with what that means and how it is. So why this combo makes sense for this character. He's a rule breaker. Yeah. He's extremely rebellious, and this is all what this combo means. And so you're getting a little insight into me.
Into Leanne.
The need to establish their individuality, which if you watch the movie, that's very at the forefront.
And at the core of it, changing the world, like in the process.
Yeah. That Aquarius loves a good shock and awe. Very passionate and intelligent. They are known as the outlaw of the zodiac, which I did not know this.
Really?
When I was doing some research. This combo is known as the outlaw of the zodiac. I was like,
you're like,
oh, oh my God.
I'm on a wanted poster.
I know. Oh my God. They are the truth tellers. They fight for what they feel is right, but they can be very emotionally cold and distant and detached, and unwilling to trust others, and very, very chaotic. So
yeah, and that does describe him in that movie.
It does,
yeah.
and
it describes Leanne in real life.
I'm not, I'll admit it.
Yeah.
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 All of that. Yep.
All of it.
So I like that. I like to think about these things. I know that it's kind of like odd, but I really do. When I like a character, I'm like, what?
Yeah, what's drawing me to that person?
Right.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. Like he's one of, obviously I love Matthew Lillard. We're in the fan club. But his character in SLC Punk is like one of my absolute favorite characters. And it kind of makes sense that maybe he represents a part of me a little bit.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Who's your wild card?
My wild card is not somebody that we've talked about and from a show that is not, magical related, but magical to us. It's from the Gilmore Girls, and it's Luke Danes.
Luke Danes!
Luke Danes from the Gilmore Girls, because I absolutely love that character. Yeah. You remember when you made me a Luke's coffee mug?
I did.
And I have my Luke shirt. Right. So I couldn't find anything on him.
Okay.
They place his birthday October, November. So end of October, beginning of November is going to be a Scorpio.
Right.
And I don't know that I'm going to have to say I don't know that I would agree with that for him.
I mean, I've never met a Scorpio man, so I don't know.
Yeah. And again, it's weird because now I feel like I'm pulling up cancer, but I feel like I would have pegged him as a cancer.
That's kind of what I was going to say.
Were you thinking?
I think they were right with the water.
Yeah. I think the water is right, but I feel like he is a homebody. He does not like to leave his home. I mean, he does not like to leave the diner. He is a salty dog. He is a curmudgeon. He's got that hard outer shell, but such a softie. Protective, loving, loyal. I mean, yeah. So I would have totally pegged him as a Cancer, not a Scorpio, because I don't feel
I would give him an Earth moon and a fire rising.
Yeah, because he loves the land.
Right.
And so I would give him an Earth, maybe a Virgo. Maybe.
I don't know. I need to think about that.
Maybe Taurus. No.
You're like, not a f***ing Capricorn.
I'd say Virgo.
Just kidding.
I'm going to go Virgo.
But a definite fire rising, because when you meet him, he's very like, kind of, he's fiery and hot-tempered.
Yeah, he's got fire in there for sure. Yeah, I would say maybe a Sagittarius. No.
I'd say an Aries rising. I'll
You'd say
admit
an
it.
Aries, yeah. He does love the outdoors, and he loves to be outside. I'm really thinking about this way too much because I'm like,
that is the lesson of this whole episode.
My husband, Luke Danes.
We think about this Way too fucking much.
I know, he's a carpenter. I mean, he can build anything. Remember when he made Lorelai that ice skating rink? So again, romantic. The
Cancer. Yeah.
there's that Cancer coming in. What? Do I like Cancers?
I think, okay.
That's weird.
Here's what we've learned. I'm good. I've got my Gemini. That's where I need to be. You, I think, need a Cancer man.
What? Really?
That thatches roofs.
Oh.
What do you think?
Can thatch any roof.
Because almost everyone you've picked that you didn't know.
Yeah. Cancer.
I like this.
Interesting.
I like this for you.
Interesting.
I'm down with that.
Because I always, I usually get Aries.
Yeah, I don't think that's worked out for you. That definitely has not worked out for you.
No, not in any combination.
Nope.
No. And Aries, love them.
They're fun.
Too hot.
Back up.
Too much fire. Too much. Back
it up.
Oh my God. I love it. All right. Yeah, so that's what I have for Luke Danes. Absolutely love him. Had to be my wild card.
I love that. I know this is like this seems silly, but I know that there are a lot of you out there that think the same way we think.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And we really like put some thought into this.
Yeah. People like, these are fictional characters.
I don't care.
Yeah, but it's like you wonder, though, why you are drawn to certain characters in certain shows or,
And backstories. And
hey, some of these writers get down to like you said, with Fox and Dana.
You know for a fucking fact that if I were to sit down and write a TV show, one of the first things I would do would be pick their birthday. I'm not even kidding, because I'd be like, here's their...
Yeah. Well, and I said, I wish I really, Luke and Nell, when they did...
From Hill
House as Pisces was a wonderful pairing of their personality. So spot on.
Yeah, I do.
For the two of them.
I don't think that it's silly to assume that that people don't think about this when creating characters. I think that it is part of it. So it's fun to sometimes look into it.
I love it. I thought it was a good time.
We talk about these characters and these people, all the time. So why the not?
Why the not? And so maybe this will encourage you to pick some of your favorite all-time characters from shows that you've watched and kind of delve in a little and see where their personality lies and how it, it meshes with you.
Fun. That's all. It's just fun. It's a fun way to kick off 2021.
I love it.
Oh my God, up top.
Oh, girl.
I really enjoyed that.
I thought that was a good time.
Interesting.
I thought that was a really good time.
All right, next week, obviously, we're going to get back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Yes.
With our lessons and our pop culture picks. But first, we have to do Killer Quote of the Week.
We do.
Okay, mine is, a physician without knowledge of astrology has no right to call himself a physician. By Hippocrates, and that was sent in by John Q. Thanks.
All right, and mine is, anyone can be a millionaire, but to become a billionaire, you need an astrologer.
Oh,
That was J.P. Morgan, sent in by Tori L. Thanks for that one.
Thanks.
Gives me something to strive for.
I know, we're in the wrong field. Oh, all right. If you want to be next week's Killer Quote of the Week, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Uncle Bob's Magic Cabinet, and we'll tell you what to do. Okay, and we have to shout out our newest patrons, Kevin Morrissey, Kathy Morrissey, and Sharon Cullen. Thank you so much for joining the family and helping make our dream a reality. If you want to become a patron, it's a lot of fun. Go to patreon.com/Uncle Bob's Magic Cabinet. You can get access to bloopers, a live stream once a month, a new episode once a month that's just for Patreon supporters, all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah. Merch.
Secret merch.
Like merch. Secret merch. Yeah.
It's a whole lot of fun. We just did a live stream with the patrons today, and it was super cool to see the community that we're starting to form with the Uncle Bob's Magic Cabinet family. So we would love to have you there. Please go check it out. And Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year, yes. And to a wonderful 2021.
Yeah.
Right on. So TTFN, everybody.
All right, cut, print, check the gate. Moving on.